Hey guys, welcome back to Rooted Homeschool. I'm so glad you're here. If you're new here, I'm Christina. I'm a homeschool mom of 5 kids, ages 1, 2, 5, 9, and 13. Today's video is another collaboration with Jamie over at Simply Living It. So as soon as you're done watching this video, click the link in the description box to go watch Jamie's video and check out some other videos on her channel as well. If you're here from Jamie's channel, welcome. I'm so glad you're here. Thank you for stopping by. Hope you stick around. Today, I'm reporting live from my mudroom, and that's because today I'm talking to you. There's a huge bird in the tree. I think it's a crow based on that noise, right? That's a crow. Okay. Because today I'm talking to you about our gardening wins and fails. There's probably more fails than wins at this point, but I remain optimistic. So I'm gonna take you on this journey to show you where we started with our gardening and where we are now and where we hope to go from here. In my spring curriculum picks video, I shared my excitement about starting Square Foot Gardening by Campfire Curriculums. I also did do a lesson with us video a few weeks after that, and I am giving you sort of a mid-unit check-in / review on the unit itself, and then also how we've been doing with our gardening in relation to that unit. We are a little bit more than halfway through our Square Foot Gardening curriculum. We've been taking our time. We don't do it every day. Sometimes we do it like once a week, just depending what we have going on. Rewinding just a little bit, brief history of me as a gardener, or not so much of a gardener. I have attempted gardening. I never did raised beds, but we did attempt to have a little vegetable garden in our backyard on a few different years with very little success. And so where we've left off is on lesson 8, which is build your garden box. And it's been almost comical because I'll show you outside today. It's super rainy. It's been really, really rainy here. So like every single time we've wanted to build the garden box, it's rained. So it's another rainy day. Right over there is where our garden boxes are supposed to go. And my husband was going to start building it today, but it is another rainy day. So maybe tomorrow. So we haven't made a ton of progress. We did map out the spot. We did plant some sunflowers around it so that hopefully we have a little bit of a pollinator garden going, just like they recommend in Square Foot Gardening. The boys got the wood, measured the wood, mapped it all out. They just have to start building it.
Basically, we're going to use these 2x4s right here, and the ones down there, for the corners of the base of the box, the garden box. So I'm going to carry these over to the pile.
So these pieces are going to be like the length of the boxes. We're going to cut them down to where there's 2 feet from that shed and they stop around the end of this pavement. And we're going to use the extra part that comes off for the width going back to the gate. We're going to go around a foot from the end of this, and then it'll leave around like a little bit over a foot from the gate. And then we're going to double up those 2x4s and use them as inside corners for supports. And basically, if this was one of those, it'll go like that, and then we'll have these 2x4s coming like this on the inside.
That'll be really exciting. But we have plenty of time, to be honest, because where we are, we're in New York. Our last frost date is not till like the end of May. So we really can't put anything in the ground yet anyway. So we're not stressing it. We're taking our time. And then also, we did this indoor greenhouse grow kit as a way to try to start some plants from seed, right? I had planned from the beginning that I know I'm going to buy some vegetable plants and just put them in the raised beds and not worry about starting them from seed and all of those things. But we did want to try it. I thought it would be fun and it would be a way for us to like get started, even though it was too early to start putting seed outside or even planting vegetable plants outside. So what do we have here? So we have some peas.
My peas are sprouting.
We have some Swiss chard that is definitely sprouting. Wow. Good job. Did you water them?
Yeah.
Okay, which ones did you plant, Sethi? Which ones did you plant?
This.
Yeah, the peas. Say peas.
Again.
Say peas.
Again.
We planted a whole bunch of stuff. Most of them did not germinate. So I will tell you, the garden beans, the snow peas, the spinach, the squash, the zucchini, the cilantro, and the Roma tomatoes, we got nothing, okay? The peas look like they're doing pretty good. I stuck some kebab skewers in there. They're climbing, they're doing their little thing. Cherry tomatoes are sprouting and looking pretty good. Swiss chard, also looking pretty promising. So I'm really excited about that. Obviously, okay, so here's another thing. This stuff started to get moldy. So I took the top off and my mom came over and sprinkled a ton of cinnamon all over it because she said it's like a natural mold killer. I don't know. And so it seemed to stop some of it. Some of it is still moldy. So like, I'm not sure what to do about that. We've brought this out on sunny days, put it in the sun, but then we've also had days that like I did that and then it started raining. So then it got soaked. Like I'm telling you, it's just really embarrassing me trying to garden. So I'm wondering though, here's my thought. If I take out the ones that have sprouted that should not be covered anymore and I move them to like a small pot and then recover this, if then it will allow the other seeds to germinate or if that's just not a thing. So that's my thought. That's what I might try. Let me know in the comments what you guys think, if that might work, if they're like salvageable or if it's just over and I need to just get a new one and start fresh or just wait and buy the plants when I can put stuff in the ground. So that's my thought. The other thing that we did though, just a couple weeks ago when we were studying sunflowers and Van Gogh, is we planted some sunflower seeds. So we did plant some around where we're gonna do our garden box. So I'll have to go see. I haven't actually checked to see if they're sprouting at all. But these in this little egg carton, we made this a little greenhouse and these babies are thriving. They're doing well. I'm super excited about it. You know, cautiously optimistic to get my hopes up because of what happened with the other stuff. No mold yet that I can see, but you know, I'll be holding my breath. I'm gonna cut these off now because obviously I don't need these, but I just wanted to show you guys that like we were able to use this as a little greenhouse. But now that they've sprouted, we don't need this anymore. But how cool is that? So we wanted to do a little experiment to see, like, we did 2 different kinds of sunflowers and then we did some outside, some inside, so we could do it as a little bit of an experiment and see how things go. And so these, I was planning on trying to put in pots and I could use them for like cut sunflowers to put in the house and all of that good stuff. And then the ones outside will just be outside for the bees and butterflies. Also, I want to show you something. So we kind of made this like our little nature table area because in a lot of the homeschooling books I've been reading and nature journals that we've done, like Exploring Nature with Children, it recommends having a nature table where your kids can like put their nature finds. So it started out with just like this little tray where mostly Gia was collecting like rocks and feathers and leaves and things like that from places that we explored. So we started with just that, and then we added our little greenhouse, and then our little egg carton greenhouse, and then I'll show you what we got 2 days ago that I actually moved overnight because I was afraid it was going to be too cold in here. Hold on. Super pumped about our little caterpillar babies. It is Caterpillar Week 1 in Exploring Nature with Children. And so we ordered these. I'll put the link to my Amazon storefront in the description box. It's not too late to do this, guys, either if you just want to do the caterpillars, or if you want to jump into exploring nature with children, I'll put the link in the description box. It is a year-long nature curriculum for $18. It's a PDF. You can use it for the rest of your days. It's amazing. There's a different topic every week. I love, love, love it. So I'll put the link for that as well as the link to my Amazon. So if you want to order some little caterpillars, you can. So I'm going to leave these guys out here because it's definitely warm enough out here and I want them part of our little nature setup. So I just had them in the little tray here. But then last night I was afraid it was going to be too cold for them out here. So I put them on top of my fridge. So now I'm a caterpillar mom, I guess. I don't know. Closest thing I'll get to a pet, I'll tell you that. Here's a little bit more of a close-up of where we are. It is Wednesday, and you will see this video on Thursday. So this is the most up-to-date information on our little vegetable garden. This guy fell down. So there's our peas, and as you can see, nothing going on with the burpee tomatoes or the Roma tomatoes. But we do have a little bit of sprouting on the cherry tomatoes and the Swiss chard. Everything else looking dead, dead, dead. Those little green things are like stuff that flew in there when this was outside one day. So not much happening there. So those are pretty much our gardening wins and fails. I can tell you on paper, probably more fails than wins going on right now. However, we're learning together. We're actually learning a lot about gardening. And if it wasn't for this curriculum, I'm pretty positive I would have given up by now and just said, like I've said in the past, forget it. Like, gardening is not for me. I am not a gardener. It is not my thing. Just forget about it. But I'm not giving up. We're going to finish up this unit. We are going to finish up our raised beds. We're going to troubleshoot together. We're going to figure it out, and we're going to use this as a learning experience and a bonding experience as a family. But another thing that really blesses me about this curriculum is the faith talks that come at the end of every lesson, because it connects what you've learned about gardening with the Bible and with faith and with your relationship with God. And it makes a very clear connection between gardening and our spiritual life. And this is so cool for me because if you saw my video a few months ago, back when I started my channel, I did a video about get to know my family where I also talked about why we named our homeschool Rooted Homeschool. And it's really because of the fact that God was speaking to us about cultivating our family and ourselves through all of these metaphors that were actually taking place in our yard. So there was like some pretty deep roots of weeds in our backyard, and they were entangled through this fence, and my husband and my sons ripped it all out. And so we talked about, during that season we were also going through some hard stuff, and really we felt God speaking to us and encouraging us and really just showing us that that was what he was doing in our lives, as he was uprooting some things that had been there that just needed to go. And was it just encouraging us that it would be a season of uprooting and tilling and then replanting and weeding and watering and all of that good stuff. So these faith talks in here really just are a blessing for us in continuing our spiritual walk, as well as like trying to tackle the gardening piece. And I believe that it will continue to be as we work on this raised bed together and we garden throughout the summer together. I really feel like it's going to be an opportunity not only for us to enjoy some fresh vegetables, not only just to spend time together and bond together, but also for it to be a way for God to continue to connect with us and speak with us. And I feel like that's just what he does, right? Like he puts things in front of us and uses it as a way for us to get to know him better and to grow. And so I'm sure I'll do some more follow-up videos throughout our gardening journey. Definitely check back to see how things go. If you like this video, please click the like button. If you're not subscribed, definitely subscribe to our channel. Follow us over on Instagram for more day-to-day updates at rooted_homeschool. Comment below if you have any advice for us. And until next time, if you haven't seen Jamie's video, definitely go and check out her video and her other videos on her channel. I put the link to her video and to her channel right in the description box. Definitely subscribe to her channel, click the notifications bell. I am always excited for every video that she has coming out, and I'm a big fan. So definitely go check out Jamie's channel. Again, if you're here from her channel, thank you so much for watching. I hope you stick around, and until next time, stay rooted.